Welcome to the Fox 17 Rock and Review. The very nice guitar playing right there of Dick Boak, my friend and director of the C.F. Martin Museum. He was also artist relations before that, working with a few people we know, maybe like Eric Clapton. And, you know, artist, guitar builder. You know, you've done a lot of great things. You got 4 books out there on C.F. Martin now, and I own them all.
Working on 3 more.
Exactly, 3 more. That's just amazing to me. It's like, when do you sleep?
Well, I don't sleep.
You don't sleep?
No. I learned very on that you can get more done if you didn't sleep.
It's the artist in you. You can't
right.
sleep. Well, you know, we were talking off camera that there's a big history with C.F. Martin this year with the Dreadnought.
Specifically the Dreadnought. This particular guitar is a 12-fret Dreadnought. In 1916, a Hawaiian musician named Major Kealaki contacted Martin and wanted a big guitar for Hawaiian style of slide playing.
Which was huge at the time.
Well, it was actually started around 1915 with the Panama Pacific Exposition, which introduced Hawaiian culture and ukuleles and hula dancing and slide guitar playing, which they call slack key, to the American public. And it kind of went viral. Major Kealaki toured the United States, but he had a small guitar and he needed a big guitar for the types of audiences he was getting. And Martin made a big guitar, a Dreadnought, named after the British battleship, the largest battleship of their class. And the guitar really didn't take off very well. Of course, he used it, but it didn't take off very well until the early 30s. Ditson went bankrupt during the Depression. Martin took over the Dreadnought design and started making guitars very much like this that became the favorites of performers that were just getting in front of microphones. And
like
and
the
also,
Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah, right. and also, you know, stage use where they had to compete with what we call the banjo conspiracy.
I always thought there was one with banjo players. You know, now I know. Well, that's incredible, you know, and I was going to bring up also at the Winter NAMM show that you guys at the booth actually had one of your Dreadnoughts with a destroyer on it.
Right.
And I thought it's such a great image. And the custom shop stuff you guys are doing, and the custom shop at C.F. Martin opened in 1979, correct?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I have the very first custom shop guitar ever made.
Well, and you started there 3 years before in 1976.
Well, I was always pushing them to do different things, and they considered it like a misprinted stamp or something. They didn't want to do it. But we pushed and pushed and pushed. Chris Martin, also a huge proponent of wanting to experiment with different ideas. And the custom shop opened up just a tremendous amount of creativity and craftsmanship for us. And in fact, our own customers are our own R&D department. Our customers experiment, and when we see something good, we run with it.
Well, you know, and I think it's so awesome also, Dick Torrey, you know, you've worked with so many big artists such as Eric Clapton and everything to develop their signature models as well.
Here in Nashville, you know, I worked with Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson, and I worked with the estate of Hank Williams and Ernest Tubb and all kinds of people, and it's just a huge honor for me, especially with I guess I'm of the Woodstock generation, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and Tom Petty and everybody,
Neil
Steve
Young.
Miller, and for me to be able to work with my musical heroes that I grew up with, and kind of get over being scared of them. You know, I was with Paul Simon and I was so nervous, you know, and he said, "Get over it." You know, then and there, I got over it.
Right there. Yeah. Well, that's so great. Well, you know, and we were talking about the Grand Ole Opry, which obviously, you know, C.F. Martin has made, you know, the Opry model and everything, you know, with the neck
it's a beautiful
inlay.
Guitar.
Oh, beautiful. And
that was the 75th anniversary.
Right, because I just saw one of those the other day, and you worked with the Grand Ole Opry on a backstage museum as well while you're in town.
Yeah, we were really honored to be able to install one of the window displays backstage at the Opry. I guess they get about 1 million visitors a year. It's just unbelievable.
I love it backstage. Whenever you're back there with Pete Fisher and the whole crew, and get to see, you know, in the rooms and see, you know, the guitar. I can't wait to see this exhibit window you set up.
Well, you know, it's about this wide, and it's got a beautiful black guitar in it. It's got one of the Johnny Cash D35 JC models that we did to commemorate Johnny's passing. And we had done actually a Johnny Cash model prior to that as well, a 42.
I remember that.
But there's a great story associated with Johnny's D35 that I really need to tell you.
All right.
And, you know, Martin uses really beautiful woods. And we don't like to paint them. So when the order for Johnny's guitar came in for a black guitar, they came to Mr. Martin. They said, "We have an order for a black guitar," and he said, "We don't make black guitars. You know, we spend all the time picking beautiful woods." And well, they were disappointed. The employees went back into the back and they said, "Let's make it anyway." They made it behind his back.
Oh my goodness.
And they completed the guitar, packed it up, shipped it down to Nashville. Johnny got it. And a couple months later, he appeared on the Columbo television show, a classic episode of Columbo, where Johnny and the black guitar play an integral part in the solution to the murder.
Oh my goodness.
Johnny is actually the murderer.
I'm gonna have to find that episode
you
now.
All you have to do is Columbo, Martin guitar, and it'll
because I remember watching Columbo growing up.
The whole episode's on YouTube, and it's fabulous. So it turns out that C.F. Martin, Mr. Martin, was watching the show that night,
and
came in the next morning. But he was pretty happy that Martin Guitar got on national television.
Yeah, especially on that show.
So that's the black guitar is in the museum case, together with archive photographs that we have in our really incredibly vast archive.
Which you curate.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. Mike Longworth was a historian for Martin Guitar. He was from down here.
Right.
Lived in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. And when he passed away, I've been with Martin now for 40 years. And I have a real passion for the history. And so after working with the artists, I really wanted to dive in and expand the archives with the book projects. The book projects led to these photographs that we were discovering. We're buying photographs every day.
That's amazing.
And our research down here this week with Jerry Zoltan. Jerry Zoltan is a musician, a musicologist. And
with George Gruen?
Yeah. George Gruen, the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Wow.
The Middle Tennessee State University.
Right.
Their Center for Popular Music. We work with Ed Solomon, who was with Dick Clark for 20 years and a major radio person.
Well, it's incredible that you're gathering all of this information, you know, C.F. Martin guitar information for all of us as guitar players, and it's so interesting.
You know,
the history keeps going.
I don't know where it's going. All I know is that in 50 years, somebody's going to be really happy that we did the work that we did this week.
Well, definitely, and I'm happy you're doing it right now, because we've got 2 of your books right there, your most recent ones, and I'm looking forward to seeing your 3 new books that'll be coming out within the next year or so.
Right.
And,
maybe you'll be writing one.
Yeah, possibly so. But it's just so great to have you on, Dick. And next time you come to Nashville, I hope you come back on the Rock and Review. And we always enjoy it when you bring incredibly beautiful C.F. Martin acoustic guitars with you. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock and Review.